Hey YouTube, sorry for the really bad lighting. So there's been a few issues in my life and others that has been brought to my attention, and one of them is being suicide. One of my friends recently in March committed suicide, and it hit home for me because I understood exactly what she was going through. I understood that she couldn't handle it here anymore. It was difficult for her. It Part of it was social anxiety, but she was the sweetest and most kind person that I have ever met. And for me, it's like I've gone through those same feelings. As a matter of fact, where I met her was at a rehabilitation center. We both had attempted suicide, and um, you know, I get those feelings. And for me, I'm still seeking help in hopes that I can find it. And medications and all that, some don't help, but pushing through it is a huge thing for people. If you don't find the help that you need, then, you know, then that's what can happen. For her, though, she did do everything she possibly could. There was just mentally, it just, she couldn't handle it anymore. As for me, I, went through tons of things all at once. I lost her. First she just went missing. Nobody knew where she went. Then I found out that her body was found, and I didn't know what happened. Then I found out that she had committed suicide, and I was currently actually in the hospital for, suicidal thoughts. And it's one of those things that, like, it can't always be prevented. You can be the nicest of people to someone, and they can still have their own demons they're battling. I've, you know, dealt with these demons myself many times. I'm still dealing with them. Currently, a 4-year relationship and a kid, as you can see on my, you know, other videos. That man who is holding our son when he is banging his head is the man that I was with for 4 years of my life. I'm only 22, and I was with him newly after I turned 18. He's somebody that I've loved and have always, and I always will. And if there was ever a chance that I could be with him again, I would take that chance in a heartbeat. But one of the biggest issues is because I feel so suicidal all the time. It has nothing to do with him. Not until after the breakup it made it worse, but it wasn't him who caused any of it. And people sit and think that I am crying wolf. And, people who attempt suicide over and over again and don't die from it, that's not them crying wolf. That's them saying, help me. If one of your friends says, I want to kill myself, or they talk to you about stuff like that, you take it seriously. You don't just sit back and let it happen. When it was my friend, I did everything I could to make sure that she was okay, but she also lived in a different state too. I want everyone to know that suicide is it's not always able to be prevented. Some people do it because they're bullied a lot. We're bullied basically to death. And then there's people who are like my friend and just cannot be here. They can't handle the world that we're in. It's not the easiest place to be. We have, you know, wars and children being killed and people dying of cancer and all of these things that are like, it's things that hurt people who are so loving and kind to others, who want the best for everybody. It hurts me every single day, and it's probably part of why. And yes, I have thought of suicide every single day since I was probably 8. And when I was 12, they gave me medications for depression. As I got older, by the time I was 16, I was sexually assaulted the first time. And by somebody that I thought was my friend. And then again when I was 20. And then again when I was 21. And then again when I was 22. Only, I'm surprised I'm still here, but I can't. It's not everybody is as strong. And I may look it and act it sometimes in front of my friends, but I'm not at all. In any way, shape, or form am I what I would say strong. There's people that I have seen go through worse than me. They have gone literally to, hell and back and survived it. They are the people that I can't even believe that they have survived. One of those people being my ex's mom, or with her whole family and her childhood and everything, which I will not get into due to confidentiality, but she's been a banker for like 36 years, and she's like only a few steps down from being the CEO, and she's hardworking and strong, and she's a very strong and powerful woman that, I want to be, but it's not who I am. So, in other words, don't try to be like everybody else or somebody else. Just, you are who you are and will always be that way. And I will change myself for the better, but I will never change myself for somebody else. But if a day comes where I feel suicidal again, I never know what's going to happen that day. I never know if I'm going to go find my medications. I never know if I'm going to take apart another razor. I never know what I'm going to do. And no, it's not that I don't think about my son or that I don't think about my family or my friends. It's, your mind goes blank at that point. Your mind will make you think anything except for the good. It's just negative thoughts. And I think that's what people need to understand, is suicide can't always be prevented. But, one day when I get my life together, hopefully, and all that he will walk back into my life, and I won't have to sit and crawl and beg for somebody to be in it. But this one man that you know, he's strong-willed. He is strong and brave and powerful, and he is very loving. And yeah, he gets mad, but everybody has times where they're angry. But just know that if you feel that way, reach out to people. And for those of you who don't feel that way and have friends who do sometimes, help them. Give them encouragement. Don't just say, I don't know what to say to you, because that will make it worse. That will literally probably end up making them just want to die, because they think that nobody's going to be there for them. But anyways, to end this, I just want to, give you any advice or any help. So if you comment anything, you can message me. Just know that I will be there to help if you need help. And I hope that there's others out there willing to help you as well. Oh, and here's my puppy. Lena. Signing off.